Welcome back, dear friends, once again to this lecture. And inside this lecture we are going to discuss about CSS syntax. Syntax, I'm just writing here, what is syntax? What is syntax? Let me put a question mark just here. Syntax is called the way of working with CSS, or the way of using CSS. So this is called syntax. Very easy. What is syntax? Syntax is called the way of working with CSS or the way of using CSS. What is CSS syntax? Let me just make it perfect. So this is just a short information for syntax. Let me just explain it better. Open your core editor, go to file menu and save as this file just as a separate file. I'm just going to save this as a separate file because I need to send all this for you. So if you don't want, so you can just work on the current file. Send text.html is the extension and save. So I'm just going to remove all this from here, and here also I'm just giving the title CSS syntax. Very easy. So if you remember heading, so we have a heading 2 here. I'm just writing here, hi, this is an example. This is an example. You can just save this and see the live preview from here. You can just click on this icon on the top right corner to see the live preview here. You can see, hi, this is an example. So now I want to just open the CSS style tag here, and I want to just select the heading 2 and these curly braces. I want to just change the color of this heading. For example, I want just a blue color for this one. Save, go to your browser and refresh, press F5 to refresh. Now you can see the heading 2 is with the blue color because we have a sign here, heading 2 color must be blue. Now this heading 2 is a selector, so this is called a selector. I'm just going to write here inside just order list. I hope you just remember this, all this. And we have just list item. First we have selector, so this heading 2 is called a selector that we have just selected inside CSS. This is a selector. Then we have a properties, then we have a value spelling value. So as I told, we have just selected the heading 2 inside this style tag, so this is called selector. The first step is selector. Then for selector you need to assign a properties, so color is a properties here, and after the properties we are inserting colon. So this is the point to know the properties. And for the properties we need to just insert value. So you can see blue is a value. If you just refresh this, first of all you can just save this and refresh. We have selector, heading 2 is a selector, properties, then we have a color is called properties, then blue is a value that we have assigned for this heading 2. Let's just apply one more example. For example, background, I'm just applying background. Let me just give this yellow color. You can just save and refresh. Now this heading 2 have a yellow background color. Here background is a properties because after this we have a colon, and yellow is a value. After the value we are just using semicolon. So I hope that you have learned what is syntax, and it is totally clear for you. The concept is clear about syntax. So I want to just make it just understand that when we are selecting any element from HTML to CSS, so this is called selector that we have in the first step here and here also. This card selector, then you need to just give a properties for that selector. Then you need to assign a value for that properties like that we have given here. Color for heading 2, we have just assigned a blue color. We have assigned a yellow background color for this. So background is a property, yellow is a value, color is a property, blue is a value, and heading 2 is a selector. Once we are going to select the element, then after that we are going to use properties, value, property, value as many times as you want. So this is called CSS syntax. For example, we have a ptag here, ptag. So let me just copy some text from Microsoft Word, and from here I'm just going to copy some demi text. You can just Control A, Control C to copy, and you can paste here and save. Now you can just come here. Let's just zoom out. We have a paragraph here. I want to just change the background color for this paragraph. So first we are going to select the ptag here. P is a selector, then curly braces. The background is a properties, and I want to just assign just something like red background. Save and refresh. So I want to just assign one more properties. The text color should be something like maybe white. Control S, let me check it is white or not. So you can just come here and refresh, so you can see this white. So here background is a properties and red is a value, color is a property, and white is a value that we have just used here. You can just use the code, or you can just write the name white directly. And P is a selector. So this is the process: selector, then you have properties, then we have value. So we are going to just to end this video here, because inside next class we will come back and we will discuss about CSS method. I hope you have learned about CSS syntax and you have enjoyed from watching this video. And what is your task? Let me just tell you. You should just insert any heading, any element. That can be a heading, that can be a paragraph tag, that can be any tag. Then you can just select that heading inside this style tag, just apply some properties and value for that. So inside next class we will come back and we will start discussing about CSS method. Have a nice time and see you.